Hey guys, it's K.Ash and I am back on home base. Where's home base? Illinois, the center of the coronavirus panic. Everything is shutting down, virtually everything. So I have more time to make videos for you guys. Today I have a reading from the book of Hosea, chapter 13, verses 4 through 6. I have been the Lord your God ever since the land of Egypt. You know no God but me, and no Savior exists besides me. I knew you in the wilderness, in the land of drought. When they had pasture, they became satisfied, and their hearts became proud. Therefore, they forgot me. So I chose this one today because I feel like a lot of times when things are going good for us, we kind of forget about God a little bit. But then it's in times like this, with this coronavirus or a natural disaster, or when something happens, then we turn towards God again. So me too, I'm included in this. I try to keep God in my life all the time, not just when things like the coronavirus or Hurricane Irma or different things like that happen. So today is the day of the big reveal. I'm going to tell you guys where I was. The sitting man, if you look in my community, I have that post of my dog with the sitting man. That was at Harvest Preserve. And the other one, the video with the very pretty trees in the background, that was Maquoketa Caves. Both of these locations are located 45 minutes away from Davenport, Iowa. I was in Davenport, Iowa. You ask, what were you doing in Davenport, Iowa? So I have had a pull to that area, Peoria, Davenport, for a while. So it was a place that I wanted to go to check out, to figure out maybe why. So I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But I do today want to talk about targeted individuals, workplace mobbing, and jobs. So right now, currently, my plan when I got back to Illinois was to get a normal job and just try to go that route, and see how the targeting played out at just a regular job. I had heard a lot about workplace mobbing. You know, you have the 9-to-5 job, you got your little cubicle, people come up and harass you all day. I fortunately don't have that situation. I work by myself, but there are other employees there. Now, in my situation, it is a salon. Clients come in and do the targeting. So what happens in my situation, maybe this is the same for you, is people will come in, they'll take maybe a headrest and put it on the floor, or, leave a towel in the room with a sticker on it, or just small subtle things like that if one person did it, okay, maybe they're messy, clumsy, whatever, but when 3-4 people do it in a day, it's a means to tell you that they're doing it for harassment purposes. So that's something that I deal with day to day. Not really a big deal. It's little petty stuff. I think that it's better than actual harassment from individuals and that you have to be around all day, every day. But that is my experience with normal job harassment, normal job targeting is what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot of videos out there on how targeted individuals can use targeting for their advantage and actually make it work to their financial benefit. When I first found out about targeting, there was a video, this guy, he was explaining all these different ways. You just have to find your niche, and people will come to you because they want to harass you. They get that thrill out of that. It's like that Sia song, Cheap Thrills, or, The Zoo by the Scorpions. I don't know, so they want to be around you, so they're going to pay money to harass you. So you just have to find that niche of where you can be to, to benefit off of it. So back to Davenport. As I said before, I get these psychic downloads when I go to these places, and something that stuck out to me while I was there is Caterpillar. Now, Caterpillar, Peoria, Davenport, that's like the main area for Caterpillar. So Caterpillar is a Fortune 100 company that designs, develops, and sells machinery, construction equipment. So I have 3 relatives that work for Caterpillar. Now, if you remember before, I told you guys about my Uncle Russ, who was in the military, who I believe during the 50s and 70s, between that time, was an MK Ultra test subject. I also believe my other 2 uncles had, or my uncle on my dad's side, the uncle on my mom's side, and then my mom's dad. So I also believe that they had some form of MK Ultra going on as well. Now, this is just a theory, okay? So it is my belief that when the physical hands-on experiments of MK Ultra, they said, the CIA said that they shut it down in the 70s. It's my belief that Caterpillar was a place for these scientists, these behavioral scientists, to go and develop this psychological, touchless, hands-free version of MK Ultra on these unsuspecting people that worked at this plant. Because if you think about it, monarch mind control programming, what's a monarch butterfly? Before it's a butterfly, it's a caterpillar. So the plot thickens when my Uncle Russell and my dad's uncle were roommates in the nursing home. This was not planned by my family. We had just happened one day to go see one of my uncles, and my other uncle happened to be there in the same room. Now, this is a tactic that they do. It's hidden in plain sight. They do these things to put it in your face as a means of like, haha, you know, and even if you did come out or you figure it out, it is just so complex and downright evil that nobody would probably believe you anyway. So my uncles, both of them, they were both religious, so that could have something to do with it. You know, they put 2 people with the same religious background in the same room. That could have something to do with it. But my belief is with targeting, they single out people who are different. So religious background does have a lot to do with a person's potential of being targeted or not. Another sign or symbol is right there in the logo, the Caterpillar logo. It's a pyramid. Now, when I see pyramids, I think of Egyptians and the all-seeing eye. So it's right there, plain as day, even in black and gold. Because I've said before, when you run MK Ultra, even like a psychological programming, which it is now, they're not running physical tests on people. When you run this type of programming on an individual, a person with a human soul, a person of God, subliminally, their mind, whether they realize it or not, is going to be fighting against that programming. And hopefully they figure it out before it's too late. Because that's when breakdowns happen, you know, mental disturbances, misdiagnoses of mental disorders. You see all these celebrities, Amanda Bynes, you know, Britney Spears, Kanye, they have these breakdowns. These are people with real human souls. These are people, God's people, most likely, that are put under this MK Ultra, and they just break down. They have these outbursts and stuff like that because they have to keep these people under control. And it is my belief, it's a pretty good theory, I would say, that Caterpillar was a place for these behavioral scientists and psychologists to go and develop the psychological aspect of the MK Ultra. So, with that said, that's all I have to say for today. I hope that everybody has a wonderful rest of their day. And as always, God bless.